The Beautification Awards are awards given to homeowners who have outstanding gardens within our community. This year we had over 20 nominations, and from those nominations we ended up with 4 winners of the awards. In addition, this year we decided to do 2 honorable mentions because of the meticulous care that these homeowners gave to their gardens. We look at the overall gardens. We look at the front entrance, the variety of plants, the color, the design, the involvement of the homeowner. And we look at that for the front yard, the backyard, the side yards. We may look at things like, are the garbage containers hidden? So it's a variety of things, and it's each individual member does their own evaluation and gives their own score, and then we put all those scores together to come up with the winners. Another thing that's very important is that the homeowners do all the work themselves, that the design is done by themselves and not contracted out to a company.
When we found out we won, we were very excited. This is the first time that we have been nominated, even though we've lived here for a decade. So we were pumped that, you know, it was our first time and the first time we won. I have made the front yard such that I don't have to spend much time out there during the summer because I would rather be in the backyard. So there are hydrangeas out there are begonias out there this year, which are our annuals. We've got petunias in the window boxes.
In the front yard is my prized possession, my grass. Love nice manicured grass. All the neighbors make fun of me, call me the grass guy.
The hydrangeas, the white hydrangeas are my absolute favorite because a group of my former students gave those to me. So as you come around the side of the house, that is all hostas on your left-hand side because that side doesn't get any sun. So hostas are a shade plant, so we put hostas over there. And then you come through the arborvitae archway, which we love.
When you come around the side of the house into the backyard, when you walk through the archway, you get the wow factor right when you walk through.
And then it's kind of set up so that the grass like leads your eye to the ponds. And then the plantings in the backyard are primarily perennials as well. There are roses in the backyard. There are more hydrangeas in the backyard. One of my favorite plants was actually from my baby shower. It's a hydrangea. My daughter's 13. It's never bloomed, which is awesome, but it's never bloomed.
My favorite part is the ponds, although they're not my favorite part in the springtime when they need to be cleaned. But once they're cleaned, you get that sense of relaxation with the water. And Stephanie does a great job with putting the plants around in the right spots, making everything look beautiful.
Kind of the overall goal of the backyard is for there to be different color at different points in the summer, right? So we've got spring plants that bloom, and the phlox are some of my favorite because they make like these blankets of flowers. And then we have all the lilies along the back that all bloom in July.
When people walk in the backyard, it never gets old hearing that wow. Everybody is always amazed at how clean everything is, how groomed it is, and their number one thing that they say all the time is, you must spend a ton of time out here. The amount of time that it takes to maintain this yard is almost like another job. Luckily, Stephanie's a teacher, so she has the summers off. But when I get out of work, it's, you know, a few hours. But we have got to the point where it's not as much time and we can enjoy more of the yard than working in the yard.
So this is truly a team effort. People make comments about how beautiful the lawn is. That is totally completely him. I do like to take credit for most of the plants and the flower beds, but he is the visionary. So if we decide we want to switch something out or we want to put new plantings in, he is the one who says, I think you know, these 3 plants for us to get the different heights are what would look awesome in the end. He is also responsible for the ponds. So that is, I think, truly a labor of love, especially because there's fish in the ponds. So we have to make sure they're not dead. But it's a team effort all the way around. And luckily we both actually enjoy doing it.
My secret for the grass is Milorganite. Give it Milorganite 4 times a year and water. That's all you need.
If I could give one tip to any gardener, water the things, right? Most of the time it's water, accurate water, and like the same amount of water at the same time of the day, every day, right? So tomato plants, well, we have a tomato plant in the backyard. Tomato plants, for example, will not do well with varying amounts of water on different days. So I learned that a long time ago, and I kind of just took that and applied it to the rest of my plants. Truthfully, this is my happy place. I do all this because this is my happy place. I love being outside. So the previous owners set a really, really nice foundation for us back here. And I kind of felt a little bit of responsibility to them to maintain what I know was really hard work, getting, you know, the ponds in and getting the flower beds set up and everything. I really, truly do feel like we're honoring them by making sure we maintain it. But it's fun, right? It's fun to like go on a garden tour in the spring and see what's blooming and, you know, what's popping out of the soil and, you know, what's coming back and that type of thing. So I do it because I enjoy it. I truly love it.
Personally, I enjoy just being out here, the quietness that is back here, right in the township, but it doesn't feel like you're in the township. Yeah, it's just nice to sit out here and relax.
It was very exciting to find out that I won the Beautification Award from Shelby Township. A neighbor mentioned to me that he nominated me, and we were very excited, me and my wife. In the front yard, I have various annuals and perennials, mostly perennials that I planted 6 or 7 years ago, and they basically come back every year I cut them back in the fall and they come back strong every spring. I do plant some annual flowers. My daughter gives me a lot of help out front. We get those planted in the spring and throughout the year, just watering and fertilizing, and everything manages itself. In the backyard, we enjoy a variety of annuals and perennials. Rose bushes we like throughout the yard, hydrangeas again. In the back we have quite a few phlox and cone daisies that are multiple different colors. That's what I try to do the best, is create different levels with multiple colors throughout the yard. I created all of this about 6 to 7 years ago. I was just thinking of different levels and adding a little bit each year, plant here, plant there, and now I'm at almost full capacity within the flower beds. I enjoy multiple colors throughout the yard and different things blooming so that I always have something blooming. My best gardening tips would be picking things with lots of vibrant colors. Phlox, cone daisies, different hydrangeas, and just trying to catch various sales at the end of the year so that you can put, you know, double the plants onto the property versus, you know, paying full price. The fertilizer that I like to use on the property is just a fertilizer 12-12-12 that I purchase at Washington Elevator, a great place to go and pick up various fertilizing supplies. I personally enjoy the smiles on my wife's face. For me, it's nice to have color, but the joy comes from her being so happy and enjoying the yard.
When I won the Beautification Award, I was very happy because we have spent a lot of time and effort into our yard, and so it's nice to be recognized for that. So we've been here for over 20 years, so we had one type of decor in our front yard, and then just recently, because plants only last for so long and shrubs, we redesigned the front yard, adding some more of the hydrangeas. We have a little water fountain that I do like the sound of that, and then again having some perennials to come up throughout the season, as well as annuals to add the color. As we go around to the back, that's when we enter the backyard, which we call our paradise, our little oasis. We have a vegetable garden that I plant each year, a variety of vegetables from kohlrabi to peas to corn at times, beans, soybeans. Our flowers also are quite stocked with flowers, but we do that for the fact that it comes up color throughout the season. So we have something at springtime, summer, and then in the fall. We have a layout pad that we like to kind of lay out and get some sun. And then we also have a fire pit that we like to, mostly in the evenings or a lot of times in the fall, sit and have a fire, roast marshmallows. We've even roasted hot dogs on there. So we do have a lot of variety of the annuals and perennials. We like the annuals to bring color to the yard in spots that maybe we can't get the perennials. The perennials we have, again, some come in spring, and they just kind of give green background at the end, and then the annuals fill the space. In our area in the middle with our pine trees, again, we have, seems like a lot of different plants, but again, each one pops up. We have a wonderful cactus that we received many years ago, just a small little plant, and now it's grown, has beautiful yellow flowers in the springtime, and it keeps growing. Other, like a buttercup flower that I received from my mom, so that pops up. So again, a lot of these are just a lot of memories of growing up, just memories that we've had in the past. Yeah, that heron was just here an hour ago. Come on, guys, it's Mama. Mama feeding you. And then we kind of started initially with our pond, and that's our baby there. We've had that for probably 14 years and enjoy the sounds of the water coming down, and we have about 13 fish that they all have names. They come to us and feed from our hands. It's very peaceful to hear that. Unfortunately, sometimes we do have the heron to come and take one away from us, but they are a joy that we are able to experience on a daily basis. We have decor throughout that has some family meanings of some stepping stones with my daughter, my parents, some older wagons and anchors that were my dad from living up on the farm, so now I kind of put it around our yard, as well as some trees are memories of our parents that have passed, and so a lot of memories and cheerful, enjoying sitting here as we sit in the evenings and just watch the water and listen to it. So yeah, my husband and I both work at this. We do all the work ourselves. We don't have anyone hired in, so he mows the lawn, trims the bushes. A lot of times some of these bushes have to be cut down in the spring. We cut down everything in the fall then too, fall cleanup. We do our own mulching, so we definitely both care for the pond. In the spring has to be a clean out where the water is drained, rocks are sprayed off, the algae and everything. So that's a big job that he does each spring. So everything's cleaned up in the fall and then ready for the nice blooming in the spring. It's actually a relaxation for me. I come out here and putt daily if possible. I don't even have to listen to music. I don't even have to have anything on. It's just kind of like, it's therapy. And I could just sit here for hours and just keep digging and replanting and weeding and just making it look nice, and it's just therapy. And I always like doing outdoor work more than indoor work, so it's relaxing.
We decided to give out 2 honorable mention awards this year because of the meticulous care that the 2 homeowners gave to their gardens. The gardens were not at the same par as the winning, but had a lot of merits that we felt deserved to be honored. Linda's garden was more of a formal design and laid out in such a way that there would be color throughout all the seasons. Her and her husband are meticulous in their care, right down to the fact that she will not allow anyone else but herself to trim her bushes. Her covered patio allows for a wonderful view of all her efforts. Grace Warden is 83 years old, young, and she is well loved in her neighborhood. She does all her own work still, and she has designed her own garden right down to choosing each of the rocks that border all the beds within her gardens. As most gardeners know, gardens are always changing and evolving, and she has recently taken on the task of redesigning her backyard so that it provides more privacy as she has a corner lot. The committee enjoys giving out these beautification awards because it gives us a chance to go out and view some of these amazing gardens that the members of the community are creating. They are truly oases in our neighborhoods.